the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yep, fire department regulations.
So we have 2 exits located over there. If those doors are blocked, we have another exit located over there. Just go straight through the classroom and then follow the illuminated exit signs.
Thank you. Moving on to recommended actions, routine matters. A, approval of minutes. Public hearing school choice minutes, May 4th, 2026.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm sorry.
Abstain.
2 abstentions?
I do too.
3 abstentions. Thank you. Motion carries. Regular meeting minutes, May 4th, 2026.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any
Abstain.
abstentions? Mary? Same abstentions. Thank you. Approval of warrants. They are going around the table. There are a lot of them tonight, so please make sure you get those signed. Very important, so we can pay our bills. And with that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. C, review of budget, year-to-date expenditure report through May 2026.
Through the chair, attached in your packets is the expenditure report showing expenses and encumbrances through May 25th, 2026. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Ms. Schofield is not with us this evening.
Any questions? Thank you. As always, you can reach out to the business office with any direct questions, and Ms. Schofield will get you an answer as quick as possible. Outside projects update.
Through the chair, Mr. Cho.
To the superintendent, through the chair. Outside project, so the Southbridge House is nearing completion, expected to be done by the end of the year. Super proud of the work that they're doing there. We will have some updated photos and a video walkthrough for you that we'll share as well.
Thank you. Any questions regarding the outside projects? Okay. Moving on, we have a lot of correspondence tonight. Oath of office, Mary C. Barrel, Spencer, 2-year term, 2026 to 2028. Erica K. Eicher, Auburn, 3-year term, 2026 to 2029. Christy Kaminsky, Auburn, 2-year term, 2026 to 2028. Benjamin Lamountain, Oxford, 3-year term, 2026 to 2029. Jeffrey A. Wenzel, Paxton, 3-year term, 2026 to 2029. Robert Zukowski, Spencer, 3-year term, 2026 to 2029. Congratulations, everyone who got re-elected or elected. Christy, you were one of the
Thank you.
newly elected, so welcome.
Thank you very much.
Anytime you have a question, just try and get the attention over here. I know you got some people who are very loud next to you. Don, maybe able to help, so.
Yeah, I'll straighten you out.
And for everyone else, welcome back. Any other correspondence? Nothing. Excellent, thank you. Student Advisory Committee.
Through the chair, our student representative to the school committee, David Betancourt, graduated last night, and we'll have a new representative in the fall.
Congratulations to David and the rest of the 2026 graduates as well. All right, moving on, no old business tonight, and then we're going to move right into recognitions.
Through the chair, tonight we have a video presentation by our robotics team who traveled to the National Robotic Challenge in Marion, Ohio from April 16th to April 18th. As reported during last month's meeting, Baypath placed second in robo-hockey, and the team members are Davian Alicia Aponte, Ryan Bui, Warren Day, Christopher Feliciano, David Gill, Caleb Goyette, Vikram Jha, Oliver Maya, Ada Reed, Timothy Tripp, Nico Yakoves, and Isabel Adriana. The advisors are Mr. Chris Hickman, lead teacher for program and web dev, and Tate Usky, lead teacher for advanced manufacturing. So I'll kick it over to the advisors, and I believe you'll start with the video. You want to do the video first? Sure. Go for it.
That's awesome.
Thank you. For those that don't know me, my name's Tate Ossigi. I've been the robotics advisor for too many years now. I try to reflect back on all the years I've been doing this, and some of you folks on the school committee have seen this presentation in the past. It's been a few years. But when I was getting ready to talk about tonight, on the way in this morning, I realized today's the 15th anniversary of the tornado. 15 years ago, at this moment, I had a bunch of school-age children and their parents freaking out, how do we get home, because we had our banquet. We watched the first tornado go through, and we didn't know which way to go. I drove home through the second one, not knowing what was going on. So the evolution of 15 years later, here's their children.
Wow.
And we've evolved so much. in the past we did BattleBots and the big robots. I think we need to comprehend what's going on here. These are 1 pound fighting robots. Everything has to be within 1 pound. The engineering is phenomenal. They design them, they build them, they test them, they break them. You can see we get broken, but they keep coming back for more and more. The NRC is the oldest competition of its kind in the United States. It's 40 years old. There was 400 and something robots and almost 1,000 kids there. It was just an incredible event. Thanks to Mr. Hickman who put this video together from all the pictures that we took. It's not about me, it's about them. So if you have any questions, please ask them. And I'm so proud of them. Second place in hockey.
Who's going first?
I have can we ask a question?
Sure.
How many shops were involved in helping you put
This year's team, 4. We have students involved in the building.
Right.
Yeah, we got, well, building the why am I answering?
I know.
One of the shops helped us. Vic?
Which one? Electronics?
Carpentry.
Carpentry got all the wood for us to make the base.
Alright, so electronics,
from
carpentry.
This was advanced manufacturing.
Programming web.
Now, who are the guys that on your team who helped design, like, your different projects? Did each one of you come up with your own design, or was it a group effort?
We all designed our own.
You all designed your own? So that's yours, that's yours?
We specifically, we worked as a team,
Okay.
Yeah, we had a team of 4 for this.
Yep.
and we all collaborated.
Just me and him work on these.
Awesome.
This is not mine.
He's a freshman, by the way.
Wow.
We have 2 freshmen on the team. One's here tonight.
Awesome.
Did you guys go back for another competition?
Yeah.
Definitely.
What would you do different?
They've already been imprinted. Go ahead, guys. Where were your failures? Brian, you can go first.
When my weapon spun up, sometimes if it spun too fast, it would just tilt forward and hit the ground and then blow up.
So, I think you got to sharpen the blade on that. Slice it off.
If I were to sharpen it, it would be more
No,
brittle.
I'm on to you. Don't do it. School committee said it was okay.
This is my new design. It's a lot lower to the ground, and this front part is longer, so it won't be able to tilt forward. And the back is now rounded over, so I couldn't land on the back like this during the competition like I did last time. And these wheels are shifted a little further back as well, so even if I do land on my back, I'll be able to drive.
Now, does that include the 1 pound limit?
This is 20 grams lighter.
Light. Wow.
So you had to fabricate everything, those wheels included?
Not all the wheels.
Oh. Little assist.
So you use a 3D printer?
Yes.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
How long did it take you to build it?
To build it, like, including the print time. All the prints took like 8 hours, and then like, assembling it was another hour.
Any questions from this side of the table?
We're closer over here.
Yeah, they can't see because you're in the way.
Yeah, we've got a captive audience.
Saw the video.
Oh, God. So did you. Guys, it's a great job. I mean, Tate, I've walked through your shop numerous times, and you're right, you've been doing it a lot of years. I don't know how many, but I've seen a bunch of them. I mean, the first iteration, we couldn't take in the room, they were all over the hall, but, yeah, what a
It's a
great.
better format. More kids involved.
Absolutely.
A lot of life lessons learned.
So this team's gonna be together one more year?
Can't wait till next year.
Wow.
There was no seniors that came with us this year.
Wow.
So you're gonna start working in the summer?
And I'll steal some of their thunder. Like what the programming kids did, I'll challenge any college to that. Like, that's all autonomous. You saw it run in the maze here. It didn't run so well there, but we learned a lot. And second to none, these kids, they got what it takes. There's no doubt about it.
Our team has a long list of what we would do differently next year.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good job, guys.
Very good. All right.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
support.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
The one pound. Big one. Look, 1 pound.
Congrats, Alex.
That's not.
Great job.
That's what I said. Big
Were
one.
they doing it remote? Was the thing, that's what I was gonna ask you. Were they operating it remote?
They offered the remote for like the battle bus and the hockey. The autonomous was, you have to put in the maze.
In the maze?
All the
Yeah.
sensors tell when to turn.
I remember in the hallway, big ones,
That's-
all full
if
metal
you have
jacket.
to keep going on, but if you get to program web dev, they had the track set up a couple weeks ago. It's pretty impressive. All right, so now we gotta focus again. Moving on. Any more recognitions?
No more recognition.
All right, with that, we'll move into citizen participation.
Good evening. So this is our last committee of the regular 25-26 school year. For those of you who have been on the committee so far, I might be a familiar face by now, maybe not a welcome face, but a familiar face. And for those of you who are new to the committee, congratulations. As a history teacher, we love, elected officials, and we hope to get back to the same jovial relationship with you that we've enjoyed watching you have with our students. As much as our students are part of the team, we are part of the team, and all we're hoping is to be treated as such. Tonight, we're here to ask for your assistance, your oversight, and your attention to what is happening at Bay Path. As a 14-year veteran of the school, as someone who served as union co-president through COVID, I've never seen so much trouble come to our school in such a short period of time. In the last 2 months alone, to cover a budget deficit, we have laid off nearly 10% of our school's educational, vocational, and administrative staff. We have already gone public with a plea to save our school's resource officer. Superintendent Brenner then scolded us at the next faculty meeting that speaking out for our SRO had made the school less safe. Not less safe that we cut the SRO, less safe that we asked for your help to try to restore that position. Since then, Bay Path has now cut the following positions: a programming and web development teacher, our media center specialist, our Title I reading specialist, 2 moderate special needs teachers, a phys ed teacher, a science teacher, a math teacher, a history teacher, both of our academic and vocational instructional coaches, a guidance counselor, an IT support position, our guidance department administrator, and our second shift custodial supervisor. Every single one of these losses is a blow to Bay Path. Let me highlight the consequences of losing just 2 of these positions in particular. Our library media specialists, ending the media center program at Bay Path. Bay Path students will no longer have a library. Our teachers will no longer have an expert to help collaborate on the extensive research and development projects that have captivated the learners of our school. This year alone, amongst the dozens of projects, presentations, enrichment programs our media specialists created, she brought a literal NASA engineer to our school. Our engineering kids have the opportunity to learn directly from someone who helps send people into space. We can't underestimate the value of these in-person, on-hands learning opportunities for our kids. And those opportunities that have been centered in the media center for the last 3 years are now gone. Our library will sit quiet, our shelves empty, these opportunities lost. Without a licensed librarian, Bay Path loses access to every single database the state of Massachusetts provides for free to schools with certified librarians on their staff. Many of our teachers are already planning on how they're going to cut and replace research projects in next year's curriculum. Like something out of the dystopian novels they teach, our English teachers have been carting books they want to rescue off the shelves. With no media center or librarian to assist, no database access, these learning opportunities, this safe space, this fostering of reading and love of reading is going to take a hit at our school. Our Title I reading specialist. Our Title I students are anywhere between 1 and 3 reading levels behind their peers. These are often students who are passed along without ever receiving the dedicated help needed to improve their literacy and writing skills to grade level. Without a Title I reading specialist, these kids will now be thrown back into general ed English classes with teachers who, while they are licensed in their content, are not licensed or trained in the specialized intervention that help bring kids up to reading level. A major reason why the class of 2026 graduated every single student is because of our dedicated Title I reading specialized program. Now that program is gone. These are just 2 examples the school committee and the public should be aware of. Again, we are only here sounding the alarm because most of our attempts, if not all of our attempts, to solve these problems internally have fallen on deaf ears. So many decisions are done behind closed doors without any input from our educators or consideration of our contract. We are about to admit a freshman class with the highest portion of students on special ed plans we've seen. Yet the administration seems to be ready to dismantle the co-teaching model that has attracted many families to VAPATH. That our special ed teachers are fully integrated in our classrooms, teaching alongside our general ed teachers, giving students on IEPs a full 7.5 hours of hands-on supported instruction every day. When our special ed teachers, team chairs, general ed teachers, and paraprofessionals ask questions, why would we change a model that has maximized our student supports, has yielded better MCAS scores and graduation rates than other schools, a model that won our special ed director this year a national award in leadership? The answer is to stay quiet, do what you're told, and if you don't like it, leave. That's not a message of good leadership. Good leadership does not rely on silence. Good leadership does not paint its teaching staff as the problem. Good leaders work with their staff, maximize student support, and welcome transparency. We are waiting for that good leadership once again. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, Chairperson and members of the school committee. My name is Claire Cecil, and I'm a moderate disabilities instructor here at VAPATH. I stand before you tonight not just to appeal for my position, but to advocate for the integrity of the educational standards we promise our students. I've dedicated 4 years of service to VAPATH, alongside 7 years of teaching experience prior to joining this district. I began my journey here in August 2022 as a substitute instructor licensed in English, and by October 2022, upon completing my INTELs, I was proudly appointed as a permanent moderate disabilities instructor. Today, I am just 2 months shy of being officially granted professional teacher status. During my time here, I poured myself into our Learning Center ELA curriculum for sophomores and juniors, specifically serving the students at VAPATH who have the greatest academic and developmental needs. I have made it my personal mission to rigorously align this vital curriculum with grade level standards, ensuring these students are never left behind. I hold my students to high expectations because I believe in their potential, and I know firsthand the immense value and stability I bring to these classrooms. It has been a distinct privilege to teach at a vocational school where we equip our most vulnerable learners with tangible, real-world skills. And being a part of that mission has been the highlight of my career. That is why being included in this non-renewal, part of the first major layoff of teachers here at VAPATH since 1982, is a devastating blow that simply does not make sense. In my evaluations this year, my administrator explicitly called me a, quote, highly effective educator who creates an inclusive, student-centered classroom where all learners are supported and challenged to grow. My evaluator highlighted my ability to provide multiple access points, scaffold instruction, and ensure that our students with the most diverse learning needs can meaningfully engage with grade-level content. These are students who are reading at a first and second grade level. Given the documented value I bring to these classrooms, I completely failed to understand how the decision to non-renew me was arrived at. I did ask for clarification in the meeting, and I was directed to the letter that simply said, "You are not renewed." It was a non-answer. The rationale remains entirely unclear, especially when my formal feedback confirms that my students are not only supported, but truly empowered and have made progress this year. During my first year, I had the privilege of working under Cliff Cloutier. Cliff set a golden example of what hard work and an unwavering commitment to this school looks like. Sadly, the current administration's recent actions do not seem to uphold these foundational values. I love this school, and I love my students. I'm asking the school committee to look at the data, look at my experience, and look at the arbitrary decisions being made behind these doors. If this committee has the authority to step in and retain valuable educators, I urge you to use your power. I ask that you recognize my tenure and grant me the professional status I am mere 2 summer months away from achieving. Thank you for your time, your leadership, and your consideration.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Gatto. I am a parent of a student here at BPAC. My student is a sophomore. She is in the ISSN shop. She is also a child who is on an IEP, has been on an IEP since she was 3 years old. Coming here has been an important opportunity for her. Having the extra support in the classrooms has been fantastic. I can't say anything negative about the extra support that she has received at this school. I'm a resident of Spencer. I was the president of our Special Education Parent Advisory Council for 7 years. And I can tell you the struggles as a small town that we had trying to get a budget to make sure that they could get all the support that we needed for these kids. You know, it's not a lot to ask. I don't feel as a parent to get the extra support that's needed for these kids to make progress and succeed in school. If there's a way to find some of these other funds, other things, other programs, whatever it is, that you can try to minimize the cuts to these teachers, especially the kids who are needing these teachers for the extra support in the classrooms, do what you can do. Okay, I pay my taxes. I've paid a lot of taxes over the years. I work for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so I understand that there's budget cuts and everything here and there. But these kids to succeed, you know, to grow their self-esteem, to become better adults, to transition into a life that they can enjoy and have, you know, be independent as they can be. You know, that's, you know, I was so happy when my daughter came to BPAC. And just so you know, this is my first time coming to this school committee meeting. Okay, and I will say, and I will step up and say something because that is who I am. And if it means helping my daughter to succeed, I will come up and stand and support these teachers to try to make sure that they keep their jobs. So if you're looking for ideas or whatever, please come up with something. But I think it's really important because I can tell you that these teachers have put a lot of work into these kids, whether it's the regular ed kids, the special ed kids, but taking away some of these special ed teachers, you know, how is that going to fall under the IDEA if you put them in if you pull them out of the classroom because they need that extra help, but yet, you know, these kids are supposed to be in general ed to be included in with the rest of the kids. How does that work? I think we need to figure out how to make this work. You know, this school, I understand, has a big budget. You have a lot of expenses. Can we try to figure this out? I mean, I feel bad for cutting some of these teachers, and they've done fantastic work. So, thank you.
Thank you. I've got time for one more if there is, if not. Okay.
Dear school committee, faculty, and community members, I begin by telling you that I was one of the 15 teachers that will not be able to come back to BPAC because of the $1.3 million deficit. Yet, the superintendent, principal, and business manager have received raises, while teachers who are needed are being let go. I have been a special education teacher for the past 18 years. I helped create the mathematics MCAS exam for the state. I have worked in implementing the CPAC committee for the school, which is a DESE requirement. And I have worked in behavioral programs for a large portion of my career. We are about to admit a freshman class that is double the amount of students on IEPs that we've had in the past, and yet we have cut 2 special education teachers. Bay Path is not ready for the needs of the students coming in, but I was ready. The school committee has been happy to approve the raises for the top administrators and the district's lawyer, but fight tooth and nail against raising paraprofessionals' pay to a livable wage. The priorities of the school are woefully lacking. Without a licensed librarian, Bay Path will not be in compliance with NEASC library standards. We are in a literacy crisis and cut our reading specialist. Meanwhile, there are plans to create a math and reading skills class for our incoming students for their deficits. We are losing direct police protection. The superintendent would not even consider asking the towns for increased funding to save these jobs, denying the public a choice. Yet, the superintendent, principal, and business manager have received raises, while the teachers who are needed are being let go. We have canceled summer school and MCAS camp, which in turn can bring down the school's graduation rates. We are prioritizing a heavy administrative presence, when in the past this was not necessary. Yet, the superintendent, principal, and business manager have received raises, while there's teachers who are needed are being let go. I asked the committee to really take a long, hard look at what is happening in the school now, versus how it was before Mr. Brenner and Mr. Packard time as superintendent and principal of Bay Path Vocational High School. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of public comment tonight. We've hit our 15-minute threshold. We're going to move on to new business. A, approval of donation.
Through the school chair, the vocational director received a donation check in the amount of $500 from Ms. Jennifer Leo, CEO of CMTS Service Center in Charlton, Mass., and our new diesel technology instructor here at Bay Path. Funds are to be used for student t-shirts and sweatshirts featuring the logo representing their shop.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 5B1, surplus equipment, vocational.
To the school chair, Mr. Tripp, RVTHS, vocational director, received several requests from vocational lead teachers to place the following items on the surplus equipment list. Lisa Peters, being lead teacher. 2, tiered display tables. Model displays to go, condition good, unknown value. 1, clothing rack with shelves, working, unknown value. 2, Joseph Westwell, automotive technology, lead teacher. Quantity 1, Snap-on electric MIG welder, serial number 8042626, condition scrap, 0 value. 1, bumper jack, unknown, worn out, 0 value. Quantity of 9, metal utility carts, models unknown, condition poor, value 0, and 8 metal woodwork benches, outdated and 0 value. Brian Maffey, masonry lead teacher. 1, Honda gas-powered washer, model GCI 190 OD54 quadruple 078 5001. Condition needs repair, value $100, and 1 towable cement mixer 0221089, model number, it's non-repairable, value 0. The superintendent director, the vocational director, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to place the 2-tiered display tables in good condition, 1 clothing rack in working condition, 1 Snap-on electric MIG welder in scrap condition, 1 bumper jack in 1 condition, 1 metal utility cart in poor condition, 8 metal woodwork benches that are outdated, and 1 towable cement mixer, all of no value, and 1 Honda powered washer that needs repair, but has a value of $100 on the surplus equipment list to be disposed of according to the school committee surplus equipment policy using the most appropriate method available.
So moved.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. B2, academic.
To the school chair, Mr. Packard, principal packet, received requests from 2 academic lead teachers to place the following items on the surplus equipment list. Tom Williams, history lead teacher, 125 American Anthem textbooks, year 2007, ISBN 003-068527-3. Damage, no value. 135, The Story of America textbook, 1994, ISBN 003-97559X. Damage, zero value. Ms. Steph Stone, math, lead teacher, 1,063 various math books. A list has been included for all those math books. They range from 1986 up to 2022 on those. So zero value. The superintendent director, the principal, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to place the 125 copies of American Anthem textbook in damaged condition, 135 copies of the Story of America textbook in damaged condition, and the 1,063 copies of the various math books as listed that are outdated, no longer meet state standards on the surplus equipment list to be disposed of according to the school committee surplus equipment policy using the most appropriate method available.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. C, FY 26 year-end budget transfers.
Through the school chair, the superintendent director and the school business manager recommend that the school committee vote to authorize the business manager with the authority to make the appropriate transfers during the months of June and July, with a list of the transfers to be included in the August 2026 agenda for ratification at the first meeting of the school committee for the 26-27 school year.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Real quick.
Don?
This is something that we've done in the past. It seems to be every year, correct? I just want to make that sure. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a dollar value for the transfers, ballpark?
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
Any other questions? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, awarding of 2026-2027 house building project re-advertised.
Through the chair, after re-advertising the house building project due to an unforeseen circumstance during the first round, the superintendent director, the vocational director, and the house selection committee recommend the school committee vote to award the 26-27 house project to Mr. John Coley for a 2,000 square foot home to be built at 11 Pavilion Ave in Webster, Mass. It is on the lake. It's got a beautiful view.
Wow.
And copies of the plans are included in your package.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, 2025-2026 superintendent's evaluation. This one's on me. So, we see it on the screen. Dean, can you make that a little larger for me? Excellent. So, thank you everyone who did turn in an evaluation. They are so much fun to go through every year, right, Leah? Of course. So, Leah and I spent probably an hour tabulating like we did last year, the results in the same manner. I'm basically going to read through the first page, which touches on all the goals and then the step 2 for the performance standards. So how I did it, and again, same as I did it last year, took each individual one that was turned in that had a legible vote next to it, because there were a couple that didn't calculate or compute out or print out or scratch out, and added it across. So just, again, through the goals, step 1, professional practice goals, 0 did not meet, 2 some progress, 1 significant progress, 10 met, and 1 exceeded. And again, as I'll note, the numbers may not add up, and for that reason, that is really why some votes were not able to be tabulated. Student learning goals, 0 did not meet, 1 some progress, 2 significant progress, 10 met, 1 exceeded. District improvement goals, 1 did not meet, 1 some progress, 2 significant progress, 8 met, and 2 exceeded. And then through the step 2, you go in the performance on standards, and there are 4 standards for grading. Standard 1, instructional leadership, they do have different gradings: unsatisfactory, needs improvement, proficient, and exemplary. And in Standard 1, instructional leadership was 0 unsatisfactories, 2 needs improvement, 12 proficient, 1 exemplary. Standard 2, management and operations, 0 unsatisfactory, 1 needs improvement, 11 proficient, 3 exemplary. Standard 3, family and community engagement, 0 unsatisfactory, 1 needs improvement, 10 proficient, 3 exemplary. Standard 4, professional culture, 1 unsatisfactory, 1 needs improvement, 12 proficient, and 1 exemplary. And again, as you go through what Leah did a great job doing, I'm not going to read all these comments, but all the evaluator comments are there in the order in which they were placed on the evaluations we received. So, take a minute, read through them. I do encourage any member who has any comment, after, again, Superintendent Brenner goes through this himself, because I'm sure you've started to read through it. Set a meeting if you do have comments that lead you to have either a needs improvement, even a proficient. Maybe there could have been a way to go from proficient to exemplary, or you were on borderline of needs improvement to proficient. I do encourage everyone, the door is open, the phone is on, except when I'm calling them, because it seems to be taking more than a few minutes. But read through the comments of your colleagues. There were some very good comments, very pointed comments, and Leah, I don't know how you cut and pasted them so well, but great job. Jumping through, again, as you get through the performance goals, and this is where this form is not always the best, but we are all used to seeing it. The new members, you'll get used to seeing it since you didn't have this homework assignment this year, but it's so much fun to start on page 2, jump to page 7, go back to page 3, don't pass go, give them the 200, and then go back to the first page to fill it in. It just makes you scratch your head. But if you look through these student learning goals, again, it's the goals given to us by Mr. Brenner that we get the data on, all the provenance on, and then we're able to make our assessment. So again, as I look at it with just the pass-fail, these were very good grades. I thank you for turning in everything you did. And again, I encourage the committee to go in and sit or ask any direct questions if you have any. I'll entertain any questions here right now if there are any, but.
How many evaluations did you get? What's the exact number of evaluations?
16. There's one former member who is no longer on the board. He did turn one in. Okay. So I did use that because it was for this past school year.
Yep.
There were 2 or 3 others that did not turn one in. So
that included the new people.
the new people, I did not ask Erica for one because she would have no basis for. Yep. Yep.
So unfortunately, there was 1 or 2 that were not turned in.
That's correct. Yep.
Which was too bad because that's one of our most important jobs to really approve the budget and to evaluate the superintendent. So it's very important that these reviews get in, no matter what your opinion is.
No, absolutely. And again, we don't begrudge anyone on their opinion. If there's a couple shaded areas, I make a phone call just to get clarification because I don't want to be putting down a wrong mark. It's not my evaluation, it's a tally of the whole body. So, but this year, much better on that. The form was a little wonky. It was just a Word document to the Google document, but I have my own problem.
You guys did a great job compiling it, building it. Because everything that I put in this year.
Leah did it all. I did.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments?
Yes. So who sets up the goals?
The superintendent provides the goals to us. The negotiation subcommittee votes on the goals, and then we accept them as a board.
So the subcommittee can turn around and
we question the goals.
Question the goals,
Yep.
Make new goals.
Not so much make new goals stuff. I can't tell you make new goals in that light, but we are the ones who sit and receive the goals and try and dive into them, so we know what we're going to be evaluating on as goals. Yep. And there is a timeline that we voted on. Don, forgive me, what was it, about 3 meetings ago? About 3 meetings ago, that Dawn took a lot of work into putting together so that there's an actual timeline that we can follow to make it easier for whether it be Kyle or the next superintendent, and for the city members when they're here, as a policy almost. Yep. Any other comments or questions?
Can I make one more?
You may.
Thank you. A couple of years ago, we had Tracy Novak from the MASC.
Yep.
And I would strongly, and there were probably a handful of people who were here for that meeting. And I would strongly urge that next year, suggest that next year that we invite either Tracy back or another representative from MASC to do an in-depth presentation of these evaluations. I believe when the new school committee people, when they go to that training session, there is a brief thing about the evaluations, but I really think that we have to look more into these evaluations and goals and everything else, and I would suggest that we bring Tracy back or whoever it is back next year.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. There is no action needed on this item, I believe, right? So, again, we can move on from here unless there are any other questions or comments. All right. Seeing none, I guess we will move on. So, information and proposals, report from the superintendent director.
To the chair, Senator, my June report, if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I just want to call out that a lot of great things happened from the UMass Life Flight visit to teacher appreciation, all the pinnings, health, dental, veterinary, and so forth. So the Memorial Day ceremony, National Honor Society induction. So a lot of great things happened, and there's a lot of statistics on the graduating class of 267 students for the class of 2026.
Excellent. Thank you. Moving on to subcommittee reports. Audit subcommittee, Bob Zukowski's not here tonight, but I don't believe there's anything to discuss. Budget subcommittee in Trent, Tim Shore is not here tonight, and I don't believe we have anything at this point open. Building and ground subcommittee has not met. Skip that one. Negotiation subcommittee, Dave Grenier.
Our next professional negotiations taking place Monday, June 8th. Secretary contract was settled today after a few meetings, so congratulations on that. And custodial contract is still progressing, and we'll have a discussion about the negotiations in executive session at the end of this meeting. Well, yeah.
Thank you. Policy subcommittee, Peter Schur.
Nothing to report.
It's nice feeling after all those meetings you had. Warrant subcommittee, again, warrants are here every day during the week. If you have a chance to come up and sign, just make a call. And they are available at all these meetings as well. We do need you to call before you come in, make sure someone is available to meet you. Future business, meeting date, organizational meeting and regular school committee meeting will be held at 7 p.m. Monday, August 3rd in this room. Topics for future agenda. If you have any items, reach out to me, the superintendent, or Leah, and we will do our best to accommodate. With that, remarks from the superintendent director.
Through the chair, I just want to welcome all our newly re-elected and newly elected school committee members. So welcome back and welcome Christy on that. Last night was truly a wonderful night. If we have a question why we do what we do as educators, that there is the sum goal of every educator. 267 students walked across the stage to the tune of $4.5 million and either earn college credits or scholarships, and remarkable, outstanding achievements going on to higher ed, the world of work, or the military. So I want to thank all the school committee members that were there. I want to thank all the guidance committee as well as the advisors who did a wonderful job. The senior advisors are Ms. Borowski and Ms. Mahler on that. So incredible job. And we've got a brand new, those that were there, if you weren't there, check out the video, a brand new mascot, Minuteman mascot. So that was a lighthearted intermission there.
That was very nice.
I love it.
I want to Wish. They've left this morning. Our 7 students, their advisors, and the chaperones left this morning for the Nationals in Atlanta, so we hope they bring home the gold on that. And I wish them well down there. And I believe that's it.
Excellent, thank you. Comments from the committee, I'll go this way tonight. Cliff? I know.
One thing I just like to say is I had quite a few questions to me at graduation, and it was because of this, they asked me if I got elected. And I know they print this late, but I wasn't in that one. I wasn't in Memorial Day, and I wasn't in awards night. So
getting a message.
I know we used to supermarket, and Roxanne used to go through those things, make sure everyone's there. But other than that, it was going to have to be some graduation.
Yep.
Well,
okay. I don't know when they're printed or what the deadline for printing is, so
it's like 2 weeks, like the week before, so they had like 10 days.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the administration and the teachers and congratulate the students. Last night's graduation was very nice, very well done. DCU is a very nice setting for there. So, and welcome to the new members to the committee. Good.
Thank you.
It was a nice graduation, and congrats to the class of 2026.
I thought you were going to give your brother his diploma.
Yeah, I know. He honestly, he probably would have helped like that very much. He would have been why is she on the stage?
Mike?
Again, congrats to the class of 2026. I thought the class officers did a great job, and the mascot coming down and doing his crossing across the stage was very nice and well received by everybody. And the administration staff did a great job with the graduation as usual. Well done to all. And it was great to see those teachers that actually made it there for the graduation to support the students. That was very nice to see. Though limited, but it's great to see the participation.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, welcome to our new members.
Just a word of welcome to those who have joined us, the new folks, if you will, and those who are not quite so new, but are staying with us. Wonderful evening last evening. Everything went very well. I was amazed at how long it takes to read 266 names. Kudos to Mr. McGowan. His voice hopefully will recover. Despite aside from the euphoria, if you will, of the evening, I'm very concerned about some of the comments that we have heard this evening, and hope that in time we'll have a chance to delve into some of the details and see where some of the things that have been brought up as issues are going.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mary?
I also watched the graduation. I thought it was great. And one of the questions I was going to ask was how many students did not graduate. But it was said tonight they all did.
Yeah,
so that is
100%. That's
to the
amazing.
teachers, to the school. And it was fun to watch. And it's nice to have some more newbies, so I'm not the only one.
You're not the rookie anymore.
No, not the rookie anymore, but pretty close to it. Welcome.
Thank you.
Christy?
Hi, my name's Christy Kaminsky from Auburn. I have a 2-year term. My daughter is a freshman here in the health tech program. And I can't really comment too much on the business that's been going on as I am brand spanking new. But I would like to say, as a parent, my daughter loves being here, and we absolutely made the right decision for her to come to Bay Path. So I'm glad and feel the privilege of being able to be part of it.
Thank you. Don?
I'd like to welcome the newest members we had, and those that got reelected. But I did want to comment on graduation. Got there just before it started, walked in with the teachers actually. Certainly didn't want to miss it after last year's diatribe. But no, I always enjoyed it. I have for years, every year. I don't know if I've missed it since I started here. And definitely a culmination of a lot of effort on a lot of people's parts. Parents, teachers, students, everybody. Definitely worth making a fuss over.
Thank you.
Yes, graduation was fantastic.
the Minuteman coming out was just a highlight for sure. But the other piece, which I don't remember in my years here, and I've been here a while, I don't ever remember the full cross graduating. So kudos to the teachers, to the instructors, to everybody for making that happen. It's just, it was delightful to hear. Just was awesome.
Excellent. Katie?
Kudos to another just whole great school year all around. Fortunately, I couldn't make it to graduation, but I saw a lot of pictures on my newsfeed last night, and I thought it was pretty cool. I just see the mascot come up. I was like, where did that thing come from? And then I saw that it was a gift. I was like, wow. So that's pretty cool. If you ever need somebody to hop in, I volunteer.
There we go.
I gladly volunteer.
Pressure's off.
So, you know, it was another very successful year, but I'd also like to second what Richard said, and that it is very important that we divulge into the information that was brought up by the community this morning too. Oh my God, it's been forever. This afternoon.
Today.
Yeah, sometime at this point. So, it's very important in order to keep going in the same direction and make sure that we have 100% graduation rate. We need to make sure that we're moving in the right direction, not backwards.
Thank you. Erica?
First and foremost, I want to publicly thank the town of Auburn for electing me into this new 3-year term. I'm very excited to continue in this role. I've officially been here since April when I was appointed by the Board of Selectmen in Auburn. It's nice to actually be elected this time, so I'm really excited. Since starting in April, I've heard from a lot of my constituents in Auburn, as well as others in the Bay Path community, and I just want to continue to extend the invitation to reach out to me for an open dialogue regarding anything within our Bay Path community, to not just my constituents, but any members of the community that wants to reach out is welcome to. I also want to thank everyone participating in these meetings, whether it's here in person or virtually from home. I know not all conversations are easy and not all conversations are comfortable, but all conversations are important. And I think it's a value to have everyone participating and showing interest, and it takes all of us to move forward as a community. So I thank everyone looking to participate. It's been a busy week here at Bay Path. We've had awards night, and then we had graduation last night, which was amazing. I agree with everyone. This was my first Bay Path graduation ceremony. It was fantastic. Are we going to have some kind of voting to name the Minuteman? Or does the Minuteman have a name already?
Minuteman.
It's just that?
Yeah.
It's not gonna have like
That's
a
it.
name?
Mr.
Minuteman.
It needs a proper name. We should do some kind of like contest with the students to give him like a proper government name. If you know. That would be awesome.
James Minuteman?
Yeah, hey, you know, whatever it is. But I know in Auburn we had Rocky the Rocket, right? Isn't that his name? Yeah, so it would be neat. I think it would be a cool thing for the kids to come together with and kind of vote for a name. Just saying, it would.
That works.
Okay, that's all I got.
All right.
Jim?
Probably not going to make any friends. The comments tonight, while I appreciate the nature of them, and having been on both sides of the table at negotiations and everything like that, tonight was a cheap shot. And I call it that because Kyle doesn't control the state funding. We're not the only town or school system that's in trouble financially. Our school that in Rutland, the regional there, which is, I believe it is, same deal. Same problem with the monies and that thing. The people that we need to be talking to are our state legislators, our governor, the ones that are adjusting our budget or adjusting the formulas so the formulas cover what they should cover.
Jesse?
To single out administration in doing what they have to do to maintain any semblance of a school under these circumstances is a cheap shot, and I take issue with it. You know, I've been in favor of the teachers right along, and for this to happen, just, it's something that's not needed. All right, there's enough stuff going on here already trying to get things worked out with the contracts and that thing of that nature. But to continue to hammer the superintendent and the principal on things that they don't have any control over is absolute BS. And I normally up to this point wouldn't have said anything, but tonight was the last straw. And I'm tired of hearing it. Let's work together, get this solved. Let's not sit there and hammer each other. That's all I have to say. Congratulations to the graduates.
Thank you.
Through the chair, if I may. To Jim's point, we canceled 4th of July for our town because of the financial situation. We've become the laughingstock of the country because it made national news. And those financial decisions had to be made. And it's our 250th anniversary. And there is uproar in our town because of that.
Yeah.
But again, to Jim's point, every school district is having similar issues throughout the state, and it's not here.
Thank you. Al?
I want to welcome all the new members of the committee, and looking forward to hearing their input, their thoughts and decisions. And typically, I hope the understanding is all of the effort is put to what is actually factual and actual. And what controls are by the state has been absolutely terrible. Even in my business, I watched the robotic and I was rather excited, and I wanted to personally thank Tate, because my business is a heavy machining, which utilizes the machine shop's employees. My sons graduated from the machine shop here. My grandson graduated from here. So I'm very much tied to BAPAC and support all the efforts. And I totally support the efforts of our administration that has to follow by the rules that are really not what they should be. And to try to change those rules is unbelievable. And the upsettingness is seeing, even on the television, all of the corrupt situations that go on, and it boils all the way down where it affects everybody. The teachers put all their effort into the best way of teaching students, and every student is different, so they're handling a group of totally unknowledgeable, and yet the presentations that they put forward are recognized by me because of the faith that I have in the school. And I look forward to everybody to have an enjoyable summer, a safe summer. I mean, I watch people lose their lives, and it's very upsetting that happens. And anything happens in a minute's notice. And I can tell you, coming up this afternoon on 395, a piece of metal fell off of a truck in front of me. I thought it was going to come through my windshield. Instead, it blew up my left front tire. And I controlled my car, which in my past experience, even in the police cruises, is the way I handled it. I'm here tonight, and I respect everybody for what they have to say, but I have to agree with some of the cheap shot situations that should be eliminated, and everybody should be working together. And that's my opinion, and it's only valued to me. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you. Peter?
Congratulations to those who got re-elected and elected. Welcome to the school committee. Looking forward to input. And also congratulations to the graduating class, and looking forward to successful years for the upcoming classes here at BAPAC.
Thank you. Don?
Like I said last month, I do feel bad for all the staff that have to be eliminated due to this financial mess. You know, I was there, I know how hard you guys work and how much effort you put into it. And know that and I'm sure all of us on this board, we don't like to see these cuts happen. And I wish you the best of luck if you happen to lose your position because of this.
All right. Bob?
Congratulations to the class. Graduation last night. Christy, welcome. Nice to have you here. And my sentiments are along the same lines as Jim's. It is difficult. I know we're in difficult times, but I do think that sometimes it is pinned on the administration here. It's not. So.
Thank you. My comments again, graduation went off spectacularly. It's always better to know that it didn't even cost us to have the ECU Center for last night, so that's always a nice little token of gratitude. The class was one of the most well-behaved in a lot of years. Nothing inflatable, albeit large, tall, spherical, human body shape. Nothing was thrown around that room, so that was something very nice to see. The kids were very well behaved. I think one rushed off. He was so happy he left his diploma there, and Mr. Brenner saw it. About 3 minutes later, he fought like a salmon back up there to go get it, but I don't think he wanted to get in trouble by his parents. But again, that is what we do this for. That's why I volunteer my time. I mean, ultimately, there's not just me, there's 19 other of you. It's just volunteer. You know, there are school boards out there that it's a paid gig. This is not one of them. I do this because I actually enjoy it. I've been on this board 3 years longer coming up, but longer than I've had children in this school, longer than I've had children. I was 19 when I was elected here. I mean, so at the end of this term, it'll be 27 years.
That's amazing.
It's just a volunteer base. And again, there's no me or it's everybody. It's one collective unit. And I can tell you, the way we're going to succeed is through a collective unit. We are going to falter if that does not happen. And it can happen. So the comments on both sides of the table, it's hard to pick which side I'm with. Do I think it's a cheap shot? Do I think it's a valuable shot? It doesn't matter. The ultimate goal is to get forward, past this. And the only way we're going to do that is to sit here collectively and understand the reasons decisions need to be made. It's a simple one when you're in private business, and I know it's not the most kind thing to say, but it's finance, not romance. And yes, there are people that lose their jobs because businesses don't have revenue coming in. We don't have a product we can market to get more revenue here. Our way of getting more revenue is going to our towns collectively and getting an override. I watched the news before I came here tonight. Town of Winchester is on there. Granted, it's by Boston. They've got such a shortfall. They've raised all their sports fees. I mean, to play hockey now is going to be almost $1,500 per kid. Wow. Just to play hockey. Golf is going to be $1,300 if I had the math right. They're going to be cutting 30 positions. That's just one school. Methuen, I think they had a $10 million shortfall, or just shy of $10 million. 147 teachers, I believe, was the number they lost, and they're still 3.3 million short. So again, this issue is statewide. This is not the top of the hill's only problem. And we value everybody here, or at least I do. And I can say that wholeheartedly, sitting here as long as I have. Whether I'm on this side of the table or this side of the table, or I'd sit out there, I have zero problem with that. Okay? You're here, you have a vote. First night I was here, almost 25 years ago. The gentleman from Oxford sat next to me, it was over there in the restaurant now, and he said, don't ever be ashamed of a no vote. It's your vote, stand with it. It's the same advice I'd give to anyone I was sitting next to today. Doesn't mean I don't like you, or you hate me, or I hate you. It's your vote. If it's what you really feel is best for your decision to pull the school in, then do that. I can guarantee you, he doesn't have a vote at this table right now, nor does Dean. But when they're running the school, because that's what they're charged to do, same thing. You can't begrudge the no vote, but you have to be able to live with it. And it's a decision. It's, do I take a right or a left at a light sometimes? I mean, it's the same damn thing. So, again, I applaud everyone being here, including the people sitting out there. I feel so horrible for people who lose their jobs. That is never, ever an easy conversation. Something we relish in. You know, and again, I'm sure it's hard enough for you to sit down at night and just relax, because it's not easy. So again, kudos to everyone here, okay? With that, I don't think I want to say much more. I may not stop. Yes?
I know has not been said, but Ben, great job last night with graduation.
Yeah.
Short and sweet's the best speech I like. And again, thank you for your efforts and your chairmanship.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, I mean, moving on, we are going to have to move on to executive session now for contract negotiations. And the school committee is going to vote to move into executive session for the purpose of MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A, 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public, and to reconvene in open session to take any action and adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I'll call a roll call vote because it's executive session. Katie, yes means yes. Mary Barrow.
Yes.
Al Beelan. Thank you. Jim Caldwell.
Yes.
Richard Clark.
Yes.
Cliff Cloutier.
Yes.
Kirsten Cogden.
Yes.
Erica. Iker.
Yeah. Yes.
There's only one Erica, so I'm not screwing this up. John Gillette.
Yes.
Dave Grenier.
Yes.
Christy Kaminsky.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Don Montville.
Yeah.
Anne Marie Pantos.
Yes.
Mike Pantos.
Yes.
Peter Scher.
Yes.
Tim Scher is absent. Bob Tremblay.
Oh, I'm gonna take a ladder break.
Jeff Wenzel, as of now, I don't see him.
I'm going with you,
All right, I'm gonna mark
All
that
right,
as
some have already done
absent
it.
for right now, and I'll mark it. Jeff.
Oh, you took it
I don't
out.
know.
Yeah, so I, yeah.
It's like it's tough to.
Actually, I'm gonna mark it as.
Oh, okay. You don't run
Take
it
it
over. Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah, a couple going up and taking a break.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we are
Go
gonna
on
be
to
in
the
executive
table, let's
session.
go.
Take a few seconds, stretch, and hurry back to the. Want to grab that